Hey, what's up, buddy? Old pal, how you doing, man? Hey, look, just open this door right here. I'll just slide right on out of here. You won't even see me again. Just pop this door open. Hey, what are you looking at, man? Yo, what do you... Open the door. That's all I'm asking you to do. Just, you're staring at me really funny, like, hey, don't touch me, man. Don't touch me. Just open the door. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, huh? Well, hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Brian over here at the Little Orchard Farm. Welcome to today's video. So glad that you guys have joined us for this little journey we're on, building out the barn. And by the way, if you're not a subscriber to our channel, what are you waiting for? Pop that subscription, the subscribe button below. That's what I need you to do. Hit that subscribe button below. Join us as we continue to build out our barn. And we're obviously going into the fall season, so we've got a couple of other massive projects that we're going to be jumping on. Come along as we establish our homestead from scratch, from the ground up, from nothing to something, from to yeah, you know what I'm saying? Join us as we continue our incredible journey as two newbies to the homesteading world. We're learning how to do this thing one step at a time, living and learning. Today, this weekend, we're going to be jumping on the barn. We've got some board and batten work to do on the barn. But first and foremost, let me show you. I just got back from picking up my RTV. We have been absolutely overjoyed, right? Just ultimately pleased with our RTV, the Kubota X1140. It is a beast of a machine, and we have enjoyed it. The only issues that we have had, the only issues that I have had with this machine has been with the winch. I've had an issue with some wiring on the winch, but that has been corrected. And I also punctured the boot, the wheel boot here, and it's behind this guard right here. You can't barely see. You can kind of see it up in here. It's where the U-joint is located. And I punctured that boot at some point, and over time the grease and everything dried up in that boot, and that U-joint, which is the mechanism that allows the axle to turn or the wheels to turn and provides an angle so that axle isn't so rigid. It creates an angled turning radius kind of a deal. It began to click, and that was it drying out. No grease, no nothing. So it really needed to be replaced. And once the lower boot, and the lower boot is the one up against the wheel here. You can see it right here. And then there's an upper boot, which is right over here. Once that lower boot is punctured, you have to replace the whole axle. You got to take this whole axle off and replace it. And so if you puncture the upper boot, there's actually a replacement for that. You just replace the upper boot. Well, we didn't do that. We went all out. If we're going to go big, we're going to do it big and grand, and we did. And it cost us more. No, it didn't. It cost us $1,000. But I had to take it to my buddies at Brown's Equipment and just over the Tennessee state line, and have them work on it. And they've done a phenomenal job. They turned it around in 2 days. 2 days from me dropping it off. Completely amazed with that. The other thing that Brown's did is my buddy over there, Derek at Brown's Equipment, said, "Brian, man, your hat is getting a little nappy." I said, "Look, I know I've had a couple of people comment on my hat getting a little nasty." And he said, "Well, look, let me set you up." And that's what he did. He gave us all kinds of merch from Brown's. That's a Kubota. He actually did give us some Brown's hats. Look at that. Look at that. Is that not awesome? That's the old style camo. Love it. Got the new Real Tree. Let's see here. Got the new Real Tree Kubota hat right there. I think the Kubota's on this side. Whoop, whoop. Bam. That is awesome. Love it. And then he also gave me the replacement Kubota hat, and I don't think I'll get to wear this one because I promised Derek that I would let Karen choose her hat first. I know which one she'll choose. Although I did, we did get extra camo, so she'll get a camo hat. And then he gave us some of these gaiters. Man, these gaiters are really awesome. Let me take a look at one of these real quick. Look at there. That Kubota gator. Is that not awesome? Put that up around you, and you can put it up over. It may act as a COVID mask. I doubt it. Anyway. So thank you to Brown's and to Derek over there at Brown's Equipment for not only helping us out, getting us back on the road. Hey, I told him, we go a weekend without this, it's painful. Like, this is a machine that we use to do so much of our work, whether it's up in the garden, in the orchard, out in the deer field, whatever it is, we use our RTV now just as a general standard practice of doing the work. And so only to be without this for 2 days, man, guys, if y'all need any sort of farm equipment, Kubota brand, you're interested in that kind of stuff, check out Brown's Equipment if you're in this area. Phenomenal people, great to work with, and incredibly efficient at what they do. They got me back on the road in 2 days. That's pretty awesome. It's a beautiful day. Incredible weekend lined up as fall season is setting in here in North Alabama, and we're excited about it. Excited that you're along for the journey with us. Stay tuned. Let's do this. All right, so one of the things that both Karen and I have really wanted for the RTV is in this box right here. We've wanted mirrors. Do you know how hard it is to be cruising along and not be able to look behind you or have to turn or twist or whatever the case might be? Well, this is one of these 180 or almost 180, I guess, type mirrors that fits up on the rear view mirror type for the RTV. And so I'm gonna crack it open, and then we're gonna get out there and install it. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that. I really don't need side mirrors because I can see all the way around. Well, there you have it. How simple is that? A nice rear view mirror for the RTV. I think that mirror is going to work awesome. It's going to be cool. That'll save a lot that'll save us a lot of time, or at least convenience, in not having to always be looking, turning and twisting, and we'll just be able to look in the rearview mirror. But we're not looking back, we're looking forward. Let's go and take a look at the area in which we want to put, or that I would like to put, the portable sawmill. If you recall, a couple of videos ago, my Woodland Mills sawmill arrived, and I've yet to truly get it fully unboxed and take a look at it because I really need to find a place where I can unload it and begin kind of working on it. I've got an area kind of picked out, but I've got to get over and prep it. I got to cut the grass, and I need to add some rock for a rock base. Awesome windows. Woohoo! Love it. Love it. Just need some board and batten up there. All right. So right over here behind this tree line is where I'm thinking about putting the mill. Let's get over here and take a look. Tell you what, let me get this mowed and we'll see what it looks like after I mow it. See if this is gonna be a good place. Give me 2 snaps. So here's what I'm thinking. Barn's over here. I need it to be in proximity to the barn because that's obviously where my wood workshop will be and where I may be using the majority of the lumber that we would be pulling off of the mill. But I don't want to be right up on the barn because then all the sawdust and all that small, irritating micro dust will get all over everything and it'll cover the barn, it'll cover everything. And so I want to be far enough away to where we can get a little isolation from a lot of that dust. And I've got a set of trees here that create kind of a windscreen, if you will, that should be able to filter out some of that. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness gracious. Every time I hit a little stick or something out in this tall grass, I think I step on a snake. Whew. All right, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to put it right up against here. So I, come off 5 or 6 feet, give some room to get behind it and whatnot. But I'll be loading from the front side. So as long as I've got enough space out here to maneuver a tractor or whatever to pull the log into, lift the log up, put the log on the track, I think this area, and it's going to be, I think it turned out to be, it's either 14 or 16 foot long. I can't remember the track length. Somewhere in that 14 to 16 range, I'm fairly sure. So I've easily got that right here, right? So I've got plenty of room to put the sawmill right here. I'm going to bring some gravel over and I'm going to put it right in here and we're going to create our sawmill pad right here. All right, so we got the track bed laid out. I still got to make sure that it's level, but at least the gravel, it looks to be maybe a little low on that end, but I'm just gonna, I can put some more rock in here just to spot it up to make sure it's sure. But yeah, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna be happy with this. All right, well, let's move on to the next thing. Whew. What is that next thing? I guess I better go get some wood. Get ready to put up some more board and batten. Yeah, I guess that would be the next thing. Board and batten. I'll be glad when that's done. Okay, got our wood loaded up. Let's take it down here and we'll unload it. All right, we are back at it this morning. We've begun putting the flashing on the windows. All of these windows need to be flashed. So Kevin just left. Kevin was out here to take a look at the electric components. We're going to break this up into at least 2 phases, if not 3. First phase is going to be getting lights out here. So he gave me a list of things to do, to go purchase and to make sure that I had, because he'll be out next weekend, and we're going to start working on getting electricity out to the building. So you don't want to miss that. Make sure you come back and see what a real pro does, because he will be able to put in, we're going to have a disconnect. We're going to have the 100 amp box. We're going to have underground power coming to us. So we're going to show you how to do all of that stuff. We're going to run our Romex up and around and start creating our light runs. You'll see all of that. So that's something to get excited about and to come back for, because we're getting close. After we get the board and batten up, the electricity goes in, and then we can really begin to start moving things in and finding some final resting places for racks and shelves and things of that nature. And we can start combing through some of the boxes that we've got to bring down and kind of sift through, because we don't have room in the cabinet for it. Isn't that right, baby?
Nope.
We got close. We've probably got a couple of more, maybe another hour or so coming around this window right here. That's what takes a little bit of the time. I try to cut from the same exact piece as I cross over that, as I'm crossing over it, so that I can make sure that each board that I'm cutting from is exactly the same width, and that I don't get 2 different widths where I pop out on the other side of the window and all of a sudden it's all jankied. But overall, I'm very, very pleased. Karen and I, man, we got into a routine as we always do, and we start cranking it out. And we had a couple of wonderful visitors today. Greg and Laura came down for a quick visit. We always love having our family in to say hello, and of course they were working on some projects at their place, and so that's always awesome to hear about those things. And then Kevin came down to give me an inventory list on what I need to start working on the electrical side of things. He's actually going to be back out next weekend to start, start pumping some juice into this building. And that's going to be awesome. Or at least prepping for the juice to be turned up. And then, of course, we also had a young man come out who is a professional painter. And we're going to have him quote us on what it would take to paint the exterior of our cabin. That's one of the things that Karen and I, we got right down to the last bit of this thing, and we said, you know what, man, that's a lot of taping, a lot of extra precaution, and we don't do precaution very well. We're like bulls in china shops. Or at least I am. She's much more careful than me, but to any extent, he's going to quote us on what it's going to cost to paint the exterior of the cabin. Well, that's going to about wrap it up here on the farm. We've done a lot of cool stuff this weekend. I wanted to get to the unboxing of my saw, my wood. Goodness gracious, my sawmill. Portable sawmill. I wanted to get to the unboxing of that today, just ran out of time. And some neighbors have invited us over for a dinner. They are celebrating the opening or the beginning of their homestead journey. And so we're going to go over and share a meal with them and celebrate with them.
Right. They're celebrating being homeless.
Karen said they're celebrating being homeless. Yes, they've sold their house. They have an RV now to live in. So yes, that's exactly right. They are, I guess, by the government standards, homeless. And they love every second of it. I can guarantee you. This life is a wonderful life for sure. Well, listen, guys, y'all have a wonderful week and a very blessed week. Till we see you again the next time. We will. See ya.